Good afternoon, Delta Schoolcraft ISD staff. I have 4 items I want to review with you today, and rather than send you a very long email, I thought I'd do a quick video. So, getting right to it, just want to give you a quick heads up on the snow day situation. We have closed school due to bad weather on 10 days so far this year. We're allowed to have up to 6 days without having to request waivers or anything, and we can request a waiver from the state superintendent for up to 3 more days. But I am waiting to submit that waiver right now because our state legislature is discussing, do they want to give us more options to forgive some of those days? For example, House Bill 4206 has been introduced that would allow us to be able to get an immediate waiver for the state of emergency days back in January. So those would be additional days that we would get in addition to the 6 without having to ask for them. Also, House Bill 4250 is out there, and that would allow districts to add time like we used to be able to do back in the old days, and not worry about the 180-day rule. So we don't know what's going to happen. The legislature has told us they plan to have a decision made before we all go to spring break. So hopefully by early April we'll know what's going on. And I'm certainly going to submit the waiver for the 3 more days if we need to, but I'm just waiting until the legislature decides if they're going to allow us other options to make up some of those days. So stay tuned, and I hope to have more information for you within a month. And I'm really hoping we don't have any more snow days. On one of those snow days, our professional learning day in February was canceled. I'd like to reschedule that session on Tuesday, April 16th. That is one of our normal half days that the Learning Center was observing anyways, and several of our local districts are observing. So we are going to cancel all afternoon CTE classes that day, and our whole staff will meet at the large conference room here at Delta Schoolcraft ISD here at the main office in Escanaba. We will start with lunch at 12:30. We will have rave panic button training at 1 o'clock, and we will follow up with that with a resilience documentary and have a discussion of what we're going to do moving forward to provide support to our local schools to address the mental and behavioral health issues they're having with their kids. For people who don't know what the rave panic button is, that is a smart 911 app that we now have to allow us to very easily call medical alert teams and then let you know if we're in any kind of a difficult situation here at Delta Schoolcraft ISD. So please bring your smartphones. We're going to load the app on your phone during that training, and someone from Jenny Peterson, actually from Escanaba 911, will be here, and we will go through several simulations showing you how that program works. So again, Tuesday, April 16th, afternoon CTE classes are canceled. We're all going to meet in a large conference room starting at 12:30. Quick update in our phone system. Manistee Schools is now part of our phone system. They're just extensions on our phone system, so we can save money when we call Manistee. Rather than dial the numbers and pay for a local phone call, we can just go ahead and enter extensions and contact them. Bark River Harris is currently testing out the system, and we hope they'll be part of our system within the month too. And what I've done in the email I sent you, I gave you a link to this spreadsheet that has all the extensions on our phone system. So you'll see here on the top of the spreadsheet when you open it, you'll see all our extensions. You'll notice in the 500s, those are the extensions for the folks at the Learning Center. So I no longer, when I want to talk to Lacey Lozon, I no longer dial the number to the main desk there. I just hit extension 512 and I get Lacey's desk. Just like when I want to call Howard Parmentier, who is the new superintendent over in Manistee area schools, I just dial 4330 and the phone rings right at his desk, and I avoid any kind of phone call fees. You'll notice that all the local districts will have 4-digit extensions. The Learning Center and the main ISD building will have a 3-digit extension. And just like we can call out from the main office to these facilities, you should be able to call here too. So if you're on a Manistee phone and you need to talk to Andrea, you should just have to hit extension 101. You don't have to call 786-9300 anymore. Here are the tentative Bark River extensions at the bottom of the spreadsheet. And I believe these are operational numbers right now, and those folks might pick up the phone, but I don't believe they set up their voicemail yet. So I tried to call Jason Lockwood yesterday by dialing extension 2116, and I got his voicemail, and it didn't say, "Hi, this is Jason Lockwood." It said, "You've reached extension 2116. So when we do the conversion and move Bark River over to our system in the next few weeks, I'm sure that will be resolved. So again, Manistee Schools, the Learning Center, and Delta Schoolcraft ISD are all on the same phone system now. Bark River will be coming on shortly. We have some other districts that are also talking to us about moving to our phone system, including Gladstone and Escanaba. They have their own system right now, which is identical to ours, and they're going to stick with their system. So you're not going to be able to call them by using extensions. But when their hardware needs to be upgraded in a couple of years, they plan on joining our system at that time. So if you have any questions on the phones and your extensions, please contact Mark Christoph. And the final thing I have for you today is the Escanaba Rotary. I just wanted you to know, everybody, that it's amazing what the Escanaba Rotary does to financially support the students at the Learning Center and Delta Schoolcraft ISD. Back in the Escanaba Rotary has been around for about 100 years. And back in the 50s, they started, they were giving a lot of money to local charities and a lot of kids. And back then, there was a lot of kids who were polio survivors. And so they created a trust fund that they wanted to invest money into, and that they would take the proceeds of that trust every year and use it to support local kids in need, and then to develop Camp Harstead. They invested $12,000 into that fund. Well, in the last 50 plus years, there's been a lot of donations that have gone to that. The Rotary Trust has now built that $12,000. It's over $850,000 right now. And what do they do with that money? Well, the Escanaba Trust Board set 4 priorities in 2002, and those are the 4 priorities they still have today. That is to maintain Camp Harstead as a program for local kids. They pay for our swim program at the Learning Center. People may not realize that our Learning Center students go swimming at the YMCA. It's a lot of work, and I appreciate our Learning Center staff that's willing to do that. As you can imagine, taking all those kids into the pool. But the Escanaba Rotary pays for it. They also provide scholarships to students from any of our 8 local school districts that they have special needs going on to college. I think they get 4 of those out a year. And they also pay for special programs, including our Christmas luncheon. Some of you may not be aware that the Escanaba Rotary has one of their monthly meetings at the Learning Center in December. They give every student a gift, a Christmas gift. Santa Claus shows up and gives the kids their gifts, and they provide a nice lunch for us. So that's just an example of something extra they do for us. So as you can see, they're managing a lot of money to support us here at Delta Schoolcraft ISD. Here are the results of last year. We don't run Camp Harstead ourselves. We actually hired the YMCA to do that, and their person is Kim Pepin. He's the director of that program. And as you can see, it's an 8-week-long program, about 15 kids a day. And last year, it cost over $30,000 to maintain that program. So a lot of our kids had this great summer camp experience, and were able to work on some additional skills they need to work on, and we didn't have to pay a penny of that. I mean, it's a pretty nice thing. They also started a new scholarship last year. This year's budget has over $50,000 set aside for ISD items and things that our kids need at Camp Harstead and the Learning Center. They also have an additional $8,000 they've set aside to keep working on Camp Harstead to make it a better facility. So just a tremendous relationship we have with the Escanaba Rotary. And to give you an idea of how have they built that program up from 12,850, well, it's 50-some, 60 years of growth there, right? But also, these are all the other organizations that over the years that have donated, and individuals who have donated money towards that fund. And so the Rotary Trust Board has written grants, things like that. But some of these folks have passed away, and they set aside money in their trust that every year goes to a variety of foundations and groups in Escanaba. And thankfully, those folks thought about the Escanaba Rotary and their trust. So just wanted to give you an idea about that relationship we have with the Rotary. So when you hear about, for example, Doug's at a Rotary meeting, or Tara Weaver's at a Rotary meeting, or why do we have these roses here? Why does the Escanaba Rotary have all these roses here that they give out to the old folks' homes? And why is Doug trying to sell me tickets to Vino at the casino? Well, it's because I'm trying to support the Escanaba Rotary, because it's amazing what they do for us here at Delta Schoolcraft ISD and for our kids at the Learning Center. They're a great group of people, and I really appreciate what they do. So without further ado, that's all I have for you today. Thanks a lot for listening, and I hope you have a great week, everybody. Take care.